Hello Green Bay Country Club, we're on the first tee. We're going to hit our driver or our 3-wood today. Which one is the better tee off club for you when you're hitting off the tee and you want to get more distance and a straighter ball flight? So we're going to talk about which club is best for you today. Should you be hitting the driver or should you be hitting the 3-wood, and how you can find out. One of the greatest things about the last 10 years in golf technology is that the driver heads have gotten really big. That has made it much easier to hit it in the sweet spot, which gives us a lot more distance. However, the one bad thing about a driver being bigger headed is that it's harder to get that club face back to square because of the size of it. Hence why a lot of tour players like to go with the 3-wood, and a lot of players find that the 3-wood actually produces a straighter ball flight. Because of the smaller head, it's easier to square up. The other thing that's great about the 3-wood, it is sometimes more than 2 to 3 inches shorter than your driver, making it also easier to hit in the center of the face. Nowadays, with all our adjustable clubs, one of the things that I like to do is put a 3-wood shaft in a driver because it makes it easier to hit it in the center of the face. So something for you to think about trying. But when we're on the tee, we have to know which is our straighter ball flight. So what I encourage you to do is find a fairly tight hole. Number one, it's a pretty narrow hole. And go ahead and hit your 3-wood and then hit your driver and really see the difference in how straight one goes versus the other. So I'm going to hit my 3-wood first, and then I'm going to hit my driver and see which one is best for me. So for players that tend to hit a little down on the ball, they find that the 3-wood works better because it's lower to the ground. So the better 3-wood players are going to be players that tend to hit a little bit more down on the ball. You'll even see some of the professional golfers take a divot after they hit their 3-wood. So one of the things I'm going to try to do when I hit my 3-wood is I'm going to make sure that the club is coming down into the ball, not hitting too much up into the ball. For those of you who tend to hit up in the ball too much and maybe top it from time to time, you find that the driver is easier to hit than the 3-wood. So when I'm hitting my 3-wood, one of the things I'm going to be really focused on is making sure that I hit a little bit of grass in front of the ball. So I take some practice swings, and I'm just trying to basically feel like I just bump the grass a little bit in front of it. Now I step up to it, hit that same bump of the grass in front of it. And that one went pretty straight. Now with my driver, I go to the big club. Now with the driver, because it's longer, I want to swing a little bit more up into the ball. So to do that, like we've talked about in previous videos, it's really important that I lean towards my back leg. So when I set up to my driver, I'm going to get set up. I'm going to lean a little bit, lower my right shoulder, lean a little bit more on my right side, and I'm going to make some practice swings where I'm going to go right over top the ball. So instead of hitting the ground, I'm actually going more up over the ball, and when I do that, the driver goes really high and also pretty straight. For me, my 3-wood was a little straighter than the driver. For you, it might be the other way around. But when you're swinging your 3-wood, try to hit the grass a little bit after the ball. When you're hitting the driver, try to lean back and swing a little bit more up into it, and you'll have success with both. Thanks for joining us for another one of our videos. We'll see you next week.